Okay, so when was the last time that you felt desperate? You probably feel despair at the moment. Why? Well, because as a woman, you tend to blame yourself too much. When you're in control, then a man can be reduced unto his weakest state. This is a trick that I'll share. You see, men always accuse women of contradictory speech and behavior. Yet, men themselves declare that they prefer a strong woman. For the latter is just not true in most cases. Most males are so insecure, they seek affection from a woman at every angle. Should a man argue with a woman, he is displaying his inferiority overall. For it is the mere presence of a woman that makes a man feel manly. You basically own his entire purpose in life. You are the sole construct of his desires and means of intent. A man is utterly powerless and useless without a woman. Never settle, especially when you don't have to. You're a woman. So why spend your precious time arguing with a male, especially one of whom is the lesser equivalent thereof? Guys who routinely argue with the likes of women are clueless. The aforementioned notion comparatively relates to that of the student-teacher relationship. Usually, it's the teacher or the instructor of whom assumes control over authority, right? Well, the student is expected to respectively interact within the confines of his or her assigned role. Believe it or not, there is a 99% chance that you view yourself as only a student, whereas the male is the instructor. Strangely, as humans, we chant false affirmations that in turn manifest as beliefs. And before you know it, those beliefs result in fear. And the word itself is an acronym for false evidence appearing real. The sustainable damage can become so severe that it stretches beyond recovery. Ignorance is bliss, and knowledge is primarily gainful, yet painful. The word fashionably promotes the male as having a quote-unquote default to dominance. This is a state of male-influence propaganda. Henceforth, the stigma, universally entrapped within societies alike. Just look around. The game is rigged. Developing self-assurance takes time. It doesn't just happen from consciously seeking. Everything involved deals with the unseen realm. It's about undergoing a psychological phase. The phase is thereby reference to the term mind over matter by many. When your subconscious mind enters this phase, you'll grasp the concept of true independence, the independence of thought. Although it's not a revolutionary act, however, independent thought is the lifeblood of logical reasoning. And guess what most men lack in terms of cordiality? You guessed it. Logical reasoning via independent thought. Without feminine energy, all men would do is literally kill off each other. Make no mistake about it. Feminine energy is what keeps the human race alive, thus thriving. The male species cannot and will not survive without you. In comparison, they are potentially worthless, and worthless in several forms nonetheless. However, they remain useful idiots. Sometimes a good male sucker can be the dividing line between one's ruin and restoring one's confidence. Reliance upon male energy is not advocated, but circumstantially finding a sucker to lean on temporarily can have its perks. In some relationships, his energy can absorb unhealthy vibrational frequencies that may exude your presence. If ever you should feel the need to dump emotional baggage, the simple-minded male is perhaps your most accessible and expendable resource. I've seen countless examples of couples dating through sympathy, whereby a connection is brought forth. When individuals feel sorry for each other, a sympathetic partner can drown your aspirations. So, be sure to refrain from partaking. Every day, your confidence is at stake. You're only one stare away from discomfort. Remember that. Women are more concerned with being accepted instead of accepting one's self. So, learn to value your inner self. That's key. Self-assurance arrives once you let go of the burden of others' opinions. There's so much about you that you are not even aware of. There are those who seek to harm you for no apparent reason. Sometimes it will seem unavoidable. Do not mistake intrusiveness with general concern. If you feel like your confidence is being challenged by another, then avoid all parties involved. Should anyone display contempt for your hardships, commence their exclusion. They can exit your life immediately. Please listen to your feminine intuition, for it is innately aware of threats to your success, and never side with the opposition unless it is strategically executed via calculative measure.